Hi, Jodi, Wellness Manager with People's RX, Austin's Wellness Headquarters. So today I'm going to talk about my personal experience on the CellCore Gut and Immunity Detox. This is a 30-day detox that includes the CT minerals, BCATP, biotoxin binder, and para 1 and para 2. If you want more information about that detox specifically, please see one of my other videos. I go into a little more detail about how the whole process works. So what I did is during week 1, I initially started with half dosage. So the initial dosage is 2 of each of those products, except for the CT minerals. That one's only 1 a day through the entire 30 days. The rest of them are 2 pills twice a day. So I started with 1 twice a day for my first week, knowing that there were going to be herx or die-off symptoms, especially for things like candida overgrowth, bad bacterial overgrowth, as well as parasites. So during week 1, I did experience some die-off. I was able to actually see parasites in my stool, and it's kind of gross, but something that I was expecting. I did have kind of an idea that I had parasites, as well as an enormous amount of mucus that left my body. This is most likely due to that candida overgrowth or yeast overgrowth happening in the gut. Some of the symptoms you're going to have are going to be fatigue, headache, nausea, upset stomach. All of these are pretty normal that are going to go along with a gut detox. So I was expecting those. But I will say they were not nearly as bad as I expected it to be. Again, probably because I did start with half dosage. So I highly recommend people who are sensitive or don't want to go through too heavy of those die-off symptoms to start that way. And then when I went into week 2, I increased that dosage and kind of saw the same thing at the same intensity, I would say. Again, I saw die-off of parasites, saw some more mucus, but I did notice that I started to get extremely regular. So they do recommend that you're already going or eliminating at least 2 to 3 times a day. Historically, that has not been me. I thought once a day was good enough, but during this detox, you will increase that to 2 to 3 times a day. And honestly, I feel a lot better. My digestion system feels completely regulated. I feel like that I'm processing and eliminating food more efficiently from my diet. Also, I noticed things like bloating kind of went away after I eat, as well as just kind of overall feeling better. It was an intensive 30-day program, so it is a lot of pills that I have to take every single day, but just for those 30 days and based on how I feel now, 100% believe that it was very efficient and effective. I believe that I'm absorbing food better. I feel like my energy levels are a lot higher. I've noticed my skin, especially dermatitis, has almost completely cleared up, as well as just feeling that I'm absorbing nutrients from my food a lot more efficiently. So some other things that I did during this detox, which is going to really help your body be able to process and eliminate the toxins in your body, along with the parasites, the candida, kind of everything, was making sure that my drainage pathways were open. So what I would do was like vibration plates a couple of times a week. You can also use a rebounder. These are really good at helping to make sure your lymph fluid is moving through the body and being able to eliminate those toxins. I also dry brushed. I did lymphatic massage. I took detox baths as well, at least once a week, as well as did infrared saunas. So all of these things are going to help make sure that those toxins are not getting clogged up in the liver and that they're being able to be moved out of the body efficiently. So again, that's probably another reason why my die-off symptoms weren't really that aggressive. I kind of stair-stepped into the program, supported my body throughout the entire process, and really feel phenomenally much better. I've always suffered from gut issues in the past. I thought that was just part of being a woman, but it is not. It is something that you 100% can clear up, have a more efficient digestive system, feel better after you eat. Even things like eating gluten and dairy that normally would trigger me, I now feel like I don't have as aggressive of those symptoms. I still try to avoid those foods, but I notice when I do eat them, I don't have as much bloating or pain in the gut or things like that I normally would experience. So this whole protocol was designed by physicians, very safe, almost completely herbal, as well as the biotoxin binder, which I cannot speak enough praise about that product. I feel like that binder specifically, using the energized and activated carbon instead of spent carbon like a traditional activated charcoals or bentonite clay, 100% make sure that my minerals were not being leached out of my body, and was really making sure to kind of pull all that stuff out better so that I was able to get through the day, have more energy, and really kind of be gentler on my body while I went through this detox. So if you have any questions about this, please let me know. I'm at the North Omar location. Very much willing to answer anyone's questions and kind of tell you more about my journey.